Hello, and welcome to another episode of Old Faces. I'm your host, Mr. Mocha. Thank you for joining this segment of The Cutting Board. I'm here chopping it up with Steve. Everybody knows Steve. Carrie Corrupted is his wife.
A.K.A. Big Daddy. Big Pimpin', Long-Legged Mac Daddy. Call me by anything you want.
All right, so today we're going to see how wild Steve's going to get. You know, the last couple times he was here, he was off the fucking chain. So we're going to see how many people we can reel in and try and
winding me up.
Yeah, I got to. And listen, and your excuse the first time was the girls kept telling you to be good on the show.
Yeah, politically correct.
They're not here now.
Worried about sensitivity. Fuck you and your feelings. Get that shit in check. Then we can talk.
Yeah. So it's just us. So we don't have the usual limiters on us. So we can just drive this bitch like it's ours. So, AKA Long-Legged Mac Daddy. I remember you telling everybody how you got Carrie into the lifestyle. What the fuck made you want to get into the lifestyle? Like what?
More or less her, really. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like fantasizing about other pussy and fucking other bitches, but it's all good. It's like, but she's my driving force. I mean, she's like my muse. It's, I don't know, just seeing her sexual energy, and I mean, we're both sexual deviants for the most part, but I don't know. It seems like I get off more on her than anything, and I feel like that's natural. That's my spouse is my life partner, my soulmate, whatever the fuck you want to call them. It's like we're team number one, and that's we, do everything together, and we want to be the best at it. And so I focus on her, and there's some benefits of doing the other thing, because that was the whole thing is we're not gonna do this so you can fuck other women. And I'm like, okay, but
you do fuck other women.
I do. I'm very select on it.
Yeah, because,
look, I hate to say it, but I'm not saying. Look, I know she's probably 7.5. I'm just saying, but she's a fucking 10 in my book. So everybody understands all that. She's hot. I mean, for a good looking chick. So I enjoy it. She's my muse. She makes me happy. I like seeing her happy, and the sexual stuff is. Dude, it's on point. Like, I'm living the fucking dream. People couldn't even imagine. They think, what's wrong with you? What's this? Motherfucker, there ain't nothing wrong with me. I turn the pussy out. Like I said, I dropped some elbows on it. I pulled it out, kicked the uterus around, threw it back up in there. Like, I claimed it. It's mine. It's done. If somebody else wants to try and we want to do more things, more power to us. It's all about making us better people. And, our journey didn't always start like that. But as we met good people and... like you and Mrs. Mocha and all that, it's like, we elevated our game. It's not like we're just in it for numbers or anything else. And there's nothing wrong with numbers. It's up whatever you want to play the game. But for us, it's about playing it together and being a better couple, better people as individuals, and learning, and I feel like it took her a little longer to catch up. I just felt it was, the more intimate stuff and the other things we've done as a couple together after being with other people and other couples or singles or whatever. I don't know. It's just, we've grown, and it's just awesome. And she's it was more about the sex, but she understands why she likes what she likes and why she does what she does. And it's all about energy and, making us closer, and they're bringing us in, like I said, people may laugh, but the afterlife, rally points or whatever. We want our energy so strong that we're going to find each other in the afterlife. We feel like whether we've lived this life before, and people may not believe it, we have a lot of connections. Like, I could be thinking about something and she'll say something. I'm not talking days apart. I'm talking like minutes to hours, or I'll be like, I got to tell that bitch about this. And all of a sudden she said, babe, do you remember when? I'm like, God damn, I was just about to tell you about that shit. I'm not kidding, man. I'm talking like once a week, once every 2 weeks, like more often than most people would even imagine. It's fucking scary. And of course, I'm very in tune with her, and I just know how she is, and it's it's like when I kind of read her energy or feel her, you know, what she's saying, or kind of losing track of my point.
Yeah, we talked about like reading their energy, because I know, like, as we were both kind of getting them at the earlier stages when we recommend that they do something, they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. And you're like,
they really want to do it. It's like, just
like,
communicate.
Just say you want to fuck the guy.
Right.
I don't want, I'm not sure if I want to do it. And then after they fuck them, they're like, oh, that was great.
Right. It's like, go with your instinct. It's like the other thing, but we discussed the biological animal, because we are animals. We read body language. We should be able to smell pheromones. We should be, you know, if we didn't have all the things hiding all that stuff, we are biological. I mean, when you think about it. So really, you're restrained. And I'm not saying go off the chain and do whatever you want. I'm saying recognize that, understand it, and then you'll be a lot less confused on why in the fuck shit's going on is going on. I mean,
so there's a question I've always wanted to ask you. I'm surprised that I haven't asked you this question, because we're around each other all the time. When we first met years ago,
I said, this motherfucker's a pimp. Look at this motherfucker coming in here, big, brawny motherfucker. And I said, I bet he's got a big black cock. I said, I might ask him. I said, hey, my wife likes a big black cock. He said, well, I got an LBC. I said, what the fuck? I said, babe. He said, got LBC? What is that? She said, I don't know. I said, you know what? He's fucking with us. It's a little black cock. That was the funniest shit. But I knew this motherfucker was a boss. I was like, this motherfucker talking about raising his kids the way they're supposed to be raised, talking about his wife the way he's supposed to be talking about his wife. I'm thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah, we had a good conversation.
That was some good shit.
We had a good conversation. Now, in that conversation, I remember you told me you're basically, the gist of the conversation was you are getting Carrie into it. This is something that's new for her, and you want to step back and let her have a good time. So at that time, you weren't playing just her. And let's clear this up. Steve's not a cuck. Let's get that straight. Somebody made
I can pretend to be one sometimes. I'm just saying. Privacy in my own home. Keep that shit to yourself. But no, I'm not.
Yeah. So that being said, when did you guys make that transition to you playing?
I'm horrible with fucking timelines, I'll be honest with you. I mean, we met some other people, Sean and Sarah in the Lifestyle. They've done, so, you know, they're awesome.
I remember the parties.
And they had a similar experience. And I just happened to ask them one night at the establishment that we all hang out at, or had hung out at some point. And he had a similar experience recently, and it was the same people that basically baited him in. So that told me, look, this guy got
what? We talking about?
We had a couple end up taking us go back to their place with another couple. Like, and I didn't really know what was going on, but we ended up in the hot tub, and he started trying to fuck her without a condom, and it was like threw everything off. And
you had a stealther?
Yeah, and I didn't know how to fucking handle all that. Like, it was like, hey, I'm trying to pull her off. She's all drunk and fucked up. It's like, you know, that was a bad situation. So it's like, you want to choke a bitch out, you know? So you tell somebody about it that's got experience in the Lifestyle, and they're like, oh, yeah, we all experience that. I said, wait a minute, motherfucker. There's no reason we should all experience it. If you experienced it, I shouldn't have to fucking experience it. They act like it's a rite of passage. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works, motherfucker. You need to tell me so I can combat that shit. I can train myself to pay attention. So ever since then, it was like, you know what? We're better than them. Don't fucking choke her out that night. Don't fucking scream at her. Don't get all manly and act like you're the big, you know, just don't even let her talk. Just be like, you know what? We'll discuss in the morning. So we set a rule where the next morning we get up, go to breakfast, or if it takes another day, we don't talk about it for another day. We finally sit down and where we can have a normal, you know, unheated conversation and what bothered me, what she did wrong or what I did wrong or whatever. And be, okay, well, if this happens, let's do this. And we just basically adjusted our rules as everybody has. Mm. And we still have some kind of rules, even though we're basically,
fucking.
What do you call that? What do you call the military? I'm fucked up right now, but the weapons free shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
weapons free.
We're not weapons free. It's like, let's lock the shit down, figure it out, and be better than we can be. You know, than we are. So from that on, I don't think, you know, after that, we really haven't. And it was mostly, the drinking had an issue with it. And that
Motherfucker, you still haven't told me
causes some
when
issues
you
with it.
started playing.
Oh, anyway, so fast forward. So anyway, I met these people. They basically, and they diffused the situation that night. I don't know if it was that night or another night, but we saw them, and we ended up doing a soft swap. And then that's when Carrie was like, "Oh, okay, I get it now. I see that shit's hot. Like I see, it's like out of body watching it, kind of thing." Because she's blown me, I don't know how many fucking times. It's like now she's another woman doing it. It's not that I was certainly enjoying it all that much. It was just the experience, So she got.
So you weren't getting good head?
No, it was good. Oh. It was good, but I'm just saying, you can't go overboard and be like, "Oh yeah, that's the best I ever got," because that's a no-no too.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna do that. You can't do that in front of your wife the first time she sees it happen.
Listen, if I get a better blowjob,
I'm talking about you can now, but the first time I know you didn't do that.
No, because they don't know any better, and then they get all mad. Oh, I can't believe I'm not gonna. Fuck all that. Just look, step your game up. If another slut blows me better than you, then you better fucking step your game up.
Well, I mean, our wives are professionals now. We can say that now, but back in the day, you couldn't say that.
No, but that's the woman's problem. She's got to figure that shit out for herself and be like, look.
How many guys do you know? How many guys have you had a conversation with, like they've played with some chick that was fucking awesome? They're like, "Oh, dude, I couldn't tell my wife."
Yeah,
how much fun
how the fuck is that? You can't tell your fucking your life partner. I mean, you want to fucking tell a stranger, but you can't. That's what I'm saying. I want to be able to tell my wife, my lover, my best friend, soulmate. It's like, what the fuck? I want to tell her everything, and I'm not trying to hurt her feelings. I'm just saying it was fucking amazing. I want to share the experience. If she says, "Oh my God, he fucked me so good," what am I gonna say? "Oh, fuck you," and slap her around and act like an asshole about it? What the fuck? I mean, that's the whole purpose.
I know a lot of guys who I've talked to about like somebody they play with in lifestyle, and I've heard their wife talking like, "Oh, he liked her a little bit," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" He told me it was the best sex he ever had. But of course, he couldn't tell her that. He was like, "Dude, I can't tell my wife that."
You're right.
She lose her shit.
Well, another thing it puts into perspective is, like you say, the best pussy is a new pussy. Kind of is. But I love the pussy I got. I'll be honest with you.
Listen, don't try to clean this shit up.
I'm not trying to clean anything.
You're trying to clean it up.
No, I'm not. I'm being for real.
You're trying to be politically correct,
motherfucker. No, I'm
the
not.
fucking turn off your mic.
No,
you said it right the first time.
I'm not saying.
I love my pussy.
Listen,
I love my wife's pussy, but new pussy is fucking amazing.
Yeah, but when you get a stinky one,
or
one that's all balanced or some shit,
we're not talking about
or a fucking meaty one or something that you're not fucking.
Hey, listen, don't.
A clit the size of a micro penis.
Let's say I recall you looking at a meaty pussy and being very fucking excited about it.
Okay, first of all, it freaked me the fuck out.
I was traumatized about it. You looked at it and was like, "Oh, that looks nice."
I saw.
Would you say it looked like a rose?
Listen, motherfucker. That was normally. Listen, guys know what's up. Sometimes the pussy looks a little hammered, lips are to the fucking side, all smashed up. Like, it ain't like in the magazines where they're like hanging down perfect and they're conditioned and glistening and all that shit. I'm talking about, it looked like some fucking Arby's roast beef, okay? But other times I saw it, there's this one chick and she's gorgeous. He knows who it is. Anyway.
Well, there's two of them.
But the one I saw that night help sell it for every other chick, because I know what it can look like.
Well, the one that I saw that night, the first time I saw it, the first time I was with her, I didn't see it. The second time I was with her, she opened her legs, and I was like, whew. Now, I have fucked a lot of women. I
thought it was from guys like you fucking it. I'm like, what causes that? I didn't know it was like foreskin and all kinds of like a different kind of penis and shit.
Listen, that was the beefiest pussy I'd ever seen. And I couldn't make eye contact with it. And then,
dude, it makes my mouth water now. Some of them are like fine cuts of meat, like this fillet in your mouth. I mean, you're licking with your tongue, and that shit is just, it's like, it's almost so thin and fine that it could get stuck between your teeth like a piece of grizzle and shit. And I'm afraid I'm going to hurt a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem with that.
Well, listen, you're the one that started off knocking meaty pussies, and you are the one that was like, oh man, her pussy looked like a flower. Like, that shit looked like... Dude, that
was fucking beautiful. I gotta
that looked like roast beef.
No. When I saw it.
Like,
no.
Well, look, the day I saw it, it looked like...
Hammered beef?
Look, it looked like somebody grabbed a pack of lunch meat and just threw it.
That's usually what it looks like. Like, If a girl's got that, doesn't she like be like, oh, I gotta go freshen up, and then pull the lips down a little bit, unstick them from the side or something?
Man,
like,
listen.
Glisten them a little bit, put a little lotion on there or something.
Like, I hate to slander pussy. I do. But her pussy meat was just fucking huge. She must have the world's biggest camel toe.
I like sucking on it though, on them lips. It's different. It's different. I'm surprised, motherfucker. I didn't think I'd like it. I'm like, God damn, it's pretty good. I'm not saying all of them will be good.
Listen, don't.
Now, listen, if they're thick and big and fat, I'll chew on them. You know what I'm saying? Get in there and fuck, I'll try anything. They probably like it if they're big, heavy lips. If they're very delicate, you got to just drag your tongue and teeth over them.
Hey,
you know
listen.
what I'm saying?
That was a beefy pussy.
I keep getting off subject though because you keep changing it. What were we talking about before while we got in lifestyle? Anyway,
What made you decide to?
She saw some chick give me head and thought it was hot, and then she said, "Okay, you can do it too." And I said, "Okay," but I'm not. I mean, I'm more focused on her. But the problem is, I like to play separate because when we're together, it's like I want to watch her, see her, got to worry about her. You know, especially if she's having a bad time, give me the fucking, the cut thing and shit. Like,
oh yeah,
that's not my problem, bitch. You need to figure that shit out because I'm not. Yo, bro, get off her. And, yank a motherfucker off. What am I supposed to do? Get up? And fuck. I'm trying to have a good time, get my nut, and I gotta jump up. Yo, bro, get the fuck off. What the fuck? And then throw the whole thing. I don't want to have that kind of reputation. Jesus. I want to be the guy that's just like, I don't know what happened. Not me.
Hey, that shit is funny though. Like when your wife tells you later, like, oh, why I wasn't having a good time. I'm like, it looked like you were having a good time to me.
That can be challenging sometimes. Sometimes you know they weren't having a good time, but yeah, sometimes you their eyes are rolling back and you're like,
you
bitch, I
all
saw
this
it.
noise.
Yeah, you make it like, that's my fake noise. Bitch, that's not your fake noise.
That's not your fake noise.
Yeah, so it's like, what the fuck? You had a good time up until what? Just be honest with me.
Yeah, what point did you not
Okay,
have
I went to go get dressed and he did this and therefore it made me feel uncomfortable. Okay, well just fucking say that. Say the cock was good. He fucked me really hard, but he picked his nose afterwards. I don't know.
But some girls will fucking throw a whole experience out the door for one. Like you had 2 hours of fun and like 30 seconds annoyed you because he fucking you don't like the way he tied his shoes and then they're like, oh well.
Who gives a fuck? He takes his shoes off when he fucks you. So I agree with you. That's a good point.
So what's funny is Mrs. Mocha's pet peeve is like dudes that's trying to fuck her and like with his shoes on.
Yeah.
Like he butt naked in Timberlands.
Oh, but that's kind of a porn thing.
Well, she's not into that. Like
I don't even know those guys' names, motherfuckers. I don't like it either. But it's like, you know what?
That shit is so funny. So I think the next time I get a guy over here to play with her, I'm gonna tell him, listen, she's really into.
Get him some fucking hip waders. Cut a fucking hole. That's what they need for my wife. They can splash around in there, stomp around like it's fucking rain puddles, mud puddles.
Yeah, so I like to do shit like that to entertain myself at her expense. I'll just tell him wear the boots. She'll tell him to take it off, but at least he'll start off like that, and I'll get a laugh.
I'm dead. That's what she'll say. I'm dead.
Yeah. Exactly.
I try to take my socks off, but look.
How do you fuck with your socks on?
Well,
I don't understand.
It
How
is
do you
kind of
fuck
hard
with
because
socks
you can
and
be
shoes
slippy.
on?
You can't be on the floor. You can't. It's a little bit fucking around. But if you want to make a fucking quick entrance, that's the only thing I can think to keep them on. Plus, if my feet are cold.
If you want to run and slide into the pussy?
Maybe you get some of them socks that got the grippers on the bottom.
Can't do it.
But you got to take them off to be respectful. Otherwise, it just looks. Now that I see other dudes wearing socks, I'm like,
I can't be comfortable if fucking socks are on. Can't do it. I can't fuck with my socks and shoes on. Like, how do you get grip on the floor?
Well, I'm not at your level yet, I guess. I don't know. I took them off this time. I was walking around barefoot. I was ready to go. I was ready to get some fucking action in case I could get some leverage or something,
And after I had to fucking degrease the floor after the last party. It's like, I'm trying to figure out, did people fucking put coconut oil in their body and slide all over the goddamn floor? I went in the room and it was like a slip and slide in there.
Well, that's a problem right there. Socks might be better for that, but
Yeah, I don't like dirty socks.
It's a good thing. Maybe we got to come up with some kind of like naked man sock for fucking. where you got good grip and shit. The Vibram sole or some shit, you know.
Maybe that's why the dudes be fucking with their boots on for grip.
Could be. Maybe they got small feet and they ain't got no traction. They be slipping around.
Well, we don't have small feet.
No.
So we don't have that problem.
I don't know. I know they complain, so I usually take my socks off.
Yeah.
She's really hot. The socks are definitely coming the fuck off.
Yeah.
That's a sign. I'm going to fucking cut you up my fucking toenails. Digging at you, climbing on you. You're going to know you got ravaged when I get done with you. Be like, fuck, he was like an animal. Fucking bite marks and shit. That's my problem. Is
claw
fucking,
marks with the toenails?
Dude, I love to fucking just... I don't want to hurt nobody. I want to fucking get them off, you know. I want to do the erotic shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, after the fucking cast iron cock ring situation, I'm starting to think that you do be trying to hurt bitches. Why couldn't you have tried that?
Purpose.
Why didn't you try that cast iron cock ring on somebody else?
The problem is they lie. Even your wife lies, but she can't get away with it because I'd be like, all right, motherfucker, I know what you get fucked with.
Well, not a fucking cast iron cock ring.
Let me go get the sledgehammer from the garage. I gotta put some abuse on there, you know what I'm saying?
Like, you in there trying to break the pussy, broke your own dick.
You can't break it, but you can try. But it paid off. It was good for both of us.
No, I mean,
it was a learning experience.
Yeah.
If you can see the picture of my cock, it was black and fucking blue.
That shit was hilarious.
And I pounded the pussy because I didn't want to give up. Meanwhile, she's taking it like a pro and she's hurting too. So we're both fucking going at it.
Where the fuck do you get a cock ring that big from?
I don't know, but let me tell you, I dropped it on the bathroom floor and it broke the fucking tile. It was a stainless steel, I don't know, this fucking cock ring. I don't know. It's a big fucking stainless steel ring. It's good for fucking show, though.
When I saw the thing, I'm like, wow, that looks dangerous.
Well, yeah, especially if you get a real hard on and you can't get the motherfucker off. It fucking locks your shit down. I'm scared that's going to put me in the ER and shit, and they're going to have to be like, with a big saw and shit. I'm like, fuck.
Listen.
But you know I'm going to take pictures and video of that
Listen,
shit.
if you ever get that thing stuck on, call me. I'm coming to the ER with you, and I'm fucking recording every second of it.
I need to find the pictures of my vasectomy. I took pictures of that shit, too. That didn't scare me either, but...
Anything that has to do with a knife near my dick or ball scares me.
This motherfucker says, what are you doing? Because I'm laughing and shit. But I'm high. I'm on the Valium and shit, you know. But I'm like...
You're laughing during the vasectomy?
Yeah, I'm like...
You were awake?
I'm sending pictures of my body, yeah.
You were awake during the vasectomy?
I was awake, yeah.
Fuck
They're both
that.
looking at it.
When I get mine, I'm going to be asleep.
I don't think they put you to sleep. They give the Valium.
Oh, no. I already had the conversation. They said they'll put me to sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking pussy.
Fuck you.
Listen,
I don't give a shit.
Listen, you're going to enjoy the Valium better if you take it.
I don't want to enjoy shit when there's a knife and a laser near my balls.
Oh, he just clips it in there. He takes a little like a knitting poker. He puck it in there and tie it up and cauterize it. You don't even know what the fuck's going on. They don't cut your shit open.
The word cauterize is enough. No, I'm going to sleep. Fuck that, no.
You don't know how they even do it.
Oh,
it took
so
like 15 minutes.
Here's something that's hilarious. So, you know I work out. The guy I work out with is a preacher, right?
Right.
Which it just makes
Is this a comedy sketch?
I'm thoroughly entertained by the fact that I work out with a preacher. So, you know, he's always trying to get me to go to church. So he finally is like, you know, why don't you come to church, man? Like, you're such a nice guy. You don't cheat on your wife. And I kind of looked at him, turned around. He was like, you don't cheat on your wife? So I was like, no, not exactly. He was like, what? What do you mean not exactly? I was like, I don't cheat on her. He said, are you like one of those wife swappers?
Yeah.
And he was joking. And I looked at him and I smiled. And he was like, oh. I was like, hey, man, you asked the question. So I'm talking to him last week at the gym and I told him, you know, that Mrs. Mocha just is going to schedule my vasectomy. And he was like, I thought you said she had a hysterectomy. I was like, yes, she had. And he's like, well, why would you need one? I said, dude, what if a condom breaks? And he was like, oh, my God. I was like, no, you started the conversation. We're going to finish it. Mrs. Mocha told me, and I quote, I don't want no swinger babies around here. So therefore, I get a vasectomy.
I see how it is.
You know, just in case.
Just in cases.
You know.
I'd be trying to knock bitches up.
Well, I mean, we've already talked. We've already.
Listen. Motherfucker, I be wrecking that white pussy. I be claiming that. And I just be like, uterus shit. I mean, that's kind of rude, I guess. It shouldn't be. That's kind of sinister. Because somebody has to deal with that shit. I mean,
exactly.
And we're fucking with life. I guess we can't do that. All right. You saw me.
Don't try to edit your shit now. Don't try to fucking edit it now, motherfucker. We have this conversation all the time. So, what was it? We had the joke before. If I knock up Carrie, who's taking care of the baby?
That motherfucker coming to your house at the time.
Hey, listen, we're splitting time. I'm letting you know that now. All of our kids are old enough to where I don't have to change diapers.
I always think that'd be some funny ass shit. Though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, how you gonna explain that shit?
Well, how are you gonna explain that shit?
Here's how I'm gonna explain it. Not me.
Hey.
I don't know.
And I'm going to be like, listen, it was the other black guy that came to visit our house. That's going to be my line.
I guess she cheated on me. I'm going to have to support her, I guess. She's horrible. But I love her. My family would know about it. Don't even talk about it.
Don't do it. No. We know you had something to do with it. Hey, can we talk about my birthday party?
If you want to.
Fuck yeah, I want to.
It was fucking odd, dude. It was good times.
It was a good fucking party. That was. I mean, I came in and the first. I played with the short blonde, the one that was walking around naked. The last party, but I missed that. D? Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of liked it. Little pog blonde.
Yeah.
She has some nice pointy titties, slopey. Oh. They had to be a D or a double D.
Well, here's the thing. Like when I first took her up to play with her, because she's real nice. But sometimes you're like, is she really gonna be? Is she gonna really fuck, dude? She was like, I just want to warn you, I squirt a little bit. Fuck, dude. She holds me down like 3 times. Fucking awesome.
It's kind of like
do
you open your mouth and be like that or what?
Well, I mean, no.
Or do you be like this? Be like trying to shield yourself?
No. I'm not a fucking pussy. Like
it gets very confusing for me because if it doesn't happen like in the porn movies, like this is normal. Like I can manage it. Or I want to get a little taste of it, but I don't want to like.
No. I mean, she's like. First of all, she sucked my dick like she was a fucking professional. She started off giving me head. That's when I knew I had a worthy adversary.
You can tell by that.
Yeah, she wasn't fucking around.
If they kiss good, they usually give good head. I say usually.
Okay, I'm about to say I've had some chicks that kiss real good, and I get excited. She go down there, and she fucking teeth me up like as a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, she starts sucking my dick. I was so impressed. I was looking around to see if anybody can see this. Like, does anybody see this? And I look back, her fucking husband's at the door, give me a thumbs up. I was like, fuck yeah.
The thumbs up.
Yeah. Then he fucking is like, hey, I want to get this towel for you. Towel?
Listen, don't give me stuff.
Well,
stay away from that motherfucker. Just keep moving.
Hey, listen. Got the fucking towel.
I'm not getting any motherfucker a towel except my wife.
No, not for me.
Oh.
Because she squirts.
Oh, okay.
She fucking, like, she was serious. Like, she fucking, like, she was probably dehydrated when it was over.
Was it piss or squirt?
I smelled it. It was piss.
Okay.
Squirt. Right. Although I do believe.
They got to go piss before they go squirting.
Years ago, I'm pretty sure this chick pissed on me.
Yeah. The ladies
she was like,
make sure they go to the.
I'm going to squirt. And like I've had many chicks squirt, and her shit was completely different. I'm like, I think this bitch just pissed.
Yeah, you might get a little pee. Like, okay, it's squirt, but it's a little pee.
No, I mean, because squirt smells different.
But if they don't,
like hers, like she smelled good.
But sometimes they might piss a little bit just because they can't help it. They can't control that shit.
I didn't know this. Wait, so you mean to tell me they piss sometimes when they squirt?
Yes, they should go to the bathroom before they go fuck.
So after all these years of being my friend, you're just telling me that sometimes I get pissed on?
This
God damn it, Steve.
You're supposed to be the professional.
You're the fuck.
I'm learning all this shit as I go along.
You're the one who's the fucking finger pussy wizard. Not me.
Well, that's how I researched it. If you research it, you'll see that. But that's
why should I have to research it? I got you.
It's like doing oral. If you're worried about, don't brush your teeth 30 minutes before oral. Or if you got a cut in your mouth or whatever the fuck's going on, don't do oral or whatever. So brush your teeth an hour before you give somebody head or go down on somebody or whatever. Then you don't have to worry about it. But there's rules for that stuff. Just Google it, figure it out, or ask some motherfucker. Say, hey, what the fuck do you do about this? And I'll tell you exactly how I do it. I'm not
all the fucking
100%.
Random information you volunteer on a daily basis. You're just telling me that sometimes the squirt is
Maybe
piss.
we need to do one of those little fucking sheet
What
things
the
where they
fuck?
rip a thing off every day and they get a quote or some shit and it tells them how to do lifestyle.
Yeah, how about you fucking share the information about the fact that I might have been pissed on
if
100
your wife's
times.
like, babe, I'm so worried about piss. Then you say, you know what? Go to the bathroom, go take a piss before we fuck or do whatever. You might get a little pee, but that's okay. It's going to happen. Look, you know how women, look, anybody who's been through childbirth and all that kind of shit, you know bitches can be fucked up. So just have to deal with it every once in a while. You just don't want it to be a common fucking thing.
Well, fortunately, I don't believe I was pissed on this weekend because it didn't smell like piss.
Yeah. I think about this sometimes.
Yeah, see.
Not piss. I'm talking about the squirt. You got me.
You think about squirt or you think it's squirt
Certain
and it's
girls
piss?
squirting, like, I like to make my wife squirt, but it's kind of old school now. You know, it's like old, like, I've done that, did that. Somebody else can do it now. I want some new bitches. I want some new bitches to squirt.
I got you. So now, I will say the day after the party. So I had a great time at the party. Like, I did a lot of fucking. I did more fucking at this party than usual. So the next day, Miss Cannabis, she came in kind of late. Had the blue lingerie on.
I think somebody's telling me about her. Yeah.
How the fuck? Oh, you were upstairs.
I don't know. There's a lot of hot pussy, man. It's hard to fucking keep track of it all.
Yeah, she was fucking hot. So every time I tried to find her, she was a little busy. So I finally caught her standing down here with Mrs. Mocha, and I was like, hey, you ready? She was like, I'm going to come back tomorrow, because she came in from Florida. She's like, well, I'm going to come back tomorrow, and I'm just going to give you your own birthday gift. Fuck. I'm going to have to show you the fucking video. Like, at one point, she's riding my dick. She stands up, and fuck. This is after she's squirted like 4 times. So I let her ride it. She stands up and fucking splashes all over me. Gets back down on the dick. Rides for a few more seconds. Stands up, and it's like I was wet from like my chin to my kneecaps.
That's kind of hot. That's a whole fashion.
Oh
right
my
there.
god, that was grade A pussy.
See, whenever I think Carrie is at the top of her game, it's always like, fuck, she got a little bit of room to grow there a little bit, you know. Fuck. But I love the women that can fuck, and like that's the thing too about them being squirting. It means they're comfortable, because Carrie could have did that shit years ago, but she always was afraid. It was, you know, the feeling of the urination kind of thing. Like, I guess that's what it kind of feels like when they squirt. So she's always like, I've always held it back. But I forget what we did one time, and I was like, I was so comfortable, I just let go, and I was like, there you go. That's what you're supposed to do.
Was it a squirt or was it piss the first time?
No, a squirt.
You sure?
Yeah, because she went to the bathroom. So she rarely has any. Sometimes she'll be like, I think a little bit of pee came out, but it's like, look, if you take a piss and then people are doing foreplay, you're sucking cock, and it's like 45 minutes later, and you've been drinking and everything. I mean, you might get a little. It ain't gonna be completely empty. I mean, got to be reasonable. I'll give them a little bit of leeway. It's just, don't go pissing on somebody and, you know, doing the clit thing and acting like you're fucking squirting when you know you're pissing. I think they're playing games like we're playing games. Like, yeah, I'm pissing on this motherfucker, and he doesn't even know it. He's just, look at him licking it up. Yeah, fuck him. And then later he's like, I think he was pissing. She's doing what we're doing on the drive home, laughing like, oh, yeah, I fucked this guy, pissed all over his face, and oh my God, he swallowed it. Oh my God, it's hilarious. You don't know what the fuck's going on. And he's like, oh, babe, high-fiving her and shit. You don't know what the fuck's going on. I was like, oh, yeah, I spunked all of this bitch's eyeballs. She couldn't, her eye was all red. She didn't know eye wash and all that shit. You don't know. I got it in her hair, and she was complaining and crying. It was in her hair. You don't know what the fuck games people are trying to play.
Pink-eyed her.
You know, you got those motherfuckers that always the condom breaks, too. Motherfucker, we know who you are when it kind of breaks all the time. Don't think people don't talk. People know who the fuck you are when it breaks all the time.
We actually had that. I
seen a friend put a goddamn condom on his fucking forearm.
Hey, you remember that? Wait, you gotta tell that story. Tell that story. Tell the whole story.
Splash Mocha was last year, year
before.
First one, yeah. He's in there. I didn't hear the guy say something about a condom or using one, but all I know is like a
well, he said the
situation.
condom was too small.
He said something about a condom too small. I said, look, motherfucker, I seen some of these guys' dicks and they're bigger than yours, so shut the fuck up. But Hollywood over here says, motherfucker, I could put that on my forearm and it'll fit. And he shut the fuck up after that.
And the thing that pissed me off is like the condom that I gave him, because Mrs. Mocha is allergic to everything. I give him the condom and he's like, oh, that won't fit. I'm looking at your dick, it's smaller than mine, and I wear this condom all the fucking time. The fuck out of here. Like,
yeah.
It's not gonna fit.
Out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. It's gonna fit.
I learned a lot from you, man. Speaking up, saying shit. See, I don't know what to say to people. I don't want to offend anybody, but
I don't want to offend people either.
Look, if you know it ain't right,
hold on, wait, stop. You are the most offensive motherfucker I know.
I like to say
he's not offensive in the lifestyle.
I like to say offensive shit, but I'm not purposely trying to offend you personally. I'm trying to make light of the ridiculous bullshit we go through day to day. So it's just about having fun.
So we're around each other inside the lifestyle and outside the lifestyle. Outside the lifestyle, he's a fucking maniac. He says anything, anywhere, doesn't give a shit. I talk about buckshot. What the fuck I talk about? Wait,
rags.
No, the best shit is when we go to restaurants. All right, so during the day, we're at restaurants during the day. It depends upon like whatever our work schedule is. We're at a restaurant during the middle of the day. Lunch crowd. Full fucking restaurant. We're sitting across the table from each other. We're not sitting next to each other. He holds his phone up and is like, hey, look at this picture of Carrie sucking his cock.
Well, nowhere can see it.
What do you mean I can see it? I'm sitting across the table.
I know you can see it, but they can't really see it.
We're old. If we can fucking see it from across the table.
But if they want to look at it, that's more power to them.
Or the waitress. What waitress did you tell, like, oh, don't worry, we fuck each other's wives? That was the best one.
I don't know.
Was it a fucking...
it's the shock value, you know what I'm saying? Like when you say it to
where is that? Twin Peaks, was it?
Yeah.
I think it was Twin Peaks. You told the waitress, oh, don't worry, we fuck each other's wives.
But how the fuck am I supposed to know shit if I don't say shit or do shit or ask questions? I gotta ask stupid questions sometimes.
Yeah, volunteering that we fuck each other's wives. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the shit is funny as shit.
That's
so
a big shocker because they're probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious.
We were two white guys or two black guys. But I was like, what the fuck?
That's hilarious.
Good.
Or he would yell out like, yeah, when I was fucking your slut the other day. And like, or like, hey, when you gonna come over and fuck my slut? Like, we just like, here's the thing. He says random shit and I don't flinch to it. So like the waitress or the waiter is like looking at us in total fucking awe.
He usually laughs at me because
I laugh. I do laugh.
Fucking funny, but
I laugh. Like I expect it now. Like I'm looking forward to it. I'll say some shit just so I can get him to say some fucked up shit in public. It's fucking awesome.
He likes to play the devil's advocate, but he's fucking with the devil, so it's hard to.
There's plenty. It's more entertainment like that.
Yeah, it's more entertainment.
More entertainment like that.
But I love to throw all the shit at him. I like to.
Oh yeah, we go at it all day.
You got to ask the questions. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you don't fucking know.
You got to ask.
You got to
the
ask
question.
Them. Yeah, you know.
Like axe, like a tomahawk.
Yeah, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Or ask.
Listen, it's all fucking good. I forget now about that, but that's a way to say it.
It's not a way to say it.
Listen, motherfucker.
It's not true.
Google it.
No, it's not true. It is not. I don't care if you saw it on a talk show. I don't give a fuck.
It was on the internet.
It's ask. If you ask me, you're trying to murder me.
But just because I say ask don't mean I'm trying to fucking attack you personally. I'm just saying ask. And usually we laugh about it. And we all have a good fucking time because we know, especially the good people. We're just so lucky, man. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, we have a good
honestly, it's not just luck. I mean, we obviously put our time into it. We discuss stuff and we say stuff on our mind, and we don't get offended by it or hurt by it, and that's how we get shit accomplished. Because we don't try to restrain each other on what we're going to say or what we're going to do, and then we figure it out.
I think that a lot of people, especially people who come to our parties, they give Mrs. Mocha and I a lot of credit. But when we first decided to say, okay, from now on, we're going to have parties that we really enjoy. And it's not that we didn't enjoy other parties. It was just, we had parties where, 85 to 90% of the people didn't play, and it just didn't make sense. So I talked to Steve, Mrs. Mocha talked to Carrie, which is why pretty much everything we do is we're kind of intertwined. And we said, listen, we want to actually have a party that is fun, a party that our wives enjoy, because I play too, of course, but I mean, Mrs. Mocha's a woman, so she's going to always be able to play more than me. And I actually enjoy watching her play.
Except that, man, the women get more play than the dudes.
Period.
Now, that's why I take my time, and like I've told Mr. Mocha, it's like we talk about the different women, different things. Everybody plays different. And, you know, you get guys that are just numbers guys or whatever, and they're like, yeah, see, I fucked 93 of them women down there. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I fucked the other 7. Like, I fucked the ones you couldn't fuck. Yeah. That's what I want. You know, and everybody does it. And play the way you want to play. I'm not really judging you, maybe just a little bit, but
just a little bit.
Because I have a different game and I want to play an elevated game. If you want to play a normal game, play a normal game. But I mean, I say game. It's, you know, for us, it's
a game.
It's a game. We're trying to have fun, and you're moving around the board, and you see different people, and you know, we like high value targets. You know, I mean,
yeah, I mean that was my whole thing at Splash this year. Like when I got to Splash, there were literally 6 to 7 women that I saw that I wanted to play with. I mean, that was within the first day I identified those women. And that's what I wanted.
Right.
I didn't.
Well, you're focused. You got a game. That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't just, you know, just put my dick anywhere with someone to open up.
I did 67 women. No, you did the ones that you saw it out, you focused in on, and, you know, that's the way we are. You know, it's just different objectives, you know, and it's certain. You don't have to be the hottest couple. You don't have to be, you know, you could be certain energy. We could just see, like this weekend, the couple that was, she would come, you know, she'd play, she'd come back, and he'd play too, but he's more casual, like me, laid back, and she would sit on his lap, and like basically, you could just tell the energy was fucking high, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, and we eventually would hopefully play with them. I mean, but we don't force anything. It's all, I say organic, you know, but it's all, when it's time, it's going to be high. Yeah, it's going to be high. And it's just like we had an incident where, we had a spectacular time at the club where we ended up having like 5, 6, 7 couples. And we're still good friends with those 5 like it was an epic night. And it's like everybody tried to replicate that one night. And it was just shit every fucking time. It was never the same.
Yeah, because you try to force it.
Right. So it's like to have those, you just have to let them happen, and you're never going to have a ton of them. It's like if you fuck 100 guys, not there's anything wrong with it, and you're like, well, which one was best? I really don't know. Okay, then what the fuck was the purpose? I mean, did you get something out of it? So for us, it's like, okay, you chose those people. Which ones were the best? Call the ones out that weren't good, and then focus on the ones that are going to help you have better sex, have better time, better energy, and a better experience. And then when you go home at the end of the night, you're like, you know, it could be a bust, or it could be like, wow, that was amazing. And
I think that's also an experience thing, because I know that, like, even with Mrs. Mocha, as we've gotten through, like, even like the last Splash or even at the house parties, most people don't realize, you know, Mrs. Mocha and Carrie, they pretty much select the guys they like. I do the vetting process. Like, I'll talk to the guys.
You're fucking amazing at that. And I'm trying to learn from him right now on that kind of stuff.
Well, to me, you know, dudes are, you're a dude. Like, I mean, and Steve and I speak very direct. All of my close friends, we speak no filter. And If you don't believe us, our wives will tell you, like, Steve and I will fucking argue, like,
I can't believe you said that to him.
Yeah, we go hard at each other because we're fucking men. Like, if at the end of the day I can't argue with my best friend, who the fuck can I argue with? And if he's a sensitive bitch and he can't take it, then he's not going to be my friend.
Do you want to argue with a pussy and get your way just to get your fucking way?
Yeah, it's not what we do. So with the single guys, I come at them very direct. I tell them exactly what the women are looking for. I tell them exactly what we expect from them. There's no confusion. So for me, like, I'm not really worried about hurting their feelings. And honestly, you know, we have people who come to our parties and they're like, man, these guys are all awesome, because if they didn't pass the bitch test, which means if I spoke to them and they're like, oh, well, you know, they're sensitive about the vetting process, then you're not the right guy here. The women who are here want men. They want men in not just a physical presence, but also emotionally. The guys coming here, they talk, they're mature, they're strong-willed. I mean, they are men. And bottom line is probably they want masculinity.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want. You're very good at that. Of course, you got a lot more experience in the lifestyle and the etiquette and how to behave and the manners. And I'm very impressed by how everybody does that. And, you know, like I said, these guys in our group is just amazing people that they're, you know, not everybody's higher level as far as, you know, what they want to achieve, but then other guys, you know, have fucked so much pussy. It's like, what's next? Well, let's fuck their mind a little bit. Well, that's okay. Now you're talking my language. You're like, these guys, for being young, they, you know, I didn't have as much pussy when I was younger. Maybe that took me longer to mature into that until I was like, okay, how do I get my wife to the next level, or how do we get to the next, you know, erotic experience or whatever, you know? And but you see these young guys, they're just amazing that they're on that level already. And it's like, dude, good for you, man. That you know.
And let's get this straight. Steve acts like he is a rookie in the game, but if you recall Manicorn Q saying that he always comes to Steve and I for advice, and it just comes down to the simple thing of our wives came to us and told us what they're looking for. They told us the things that they didn't like about the parties they'd gone to, and so we sat down and said, all right, we're going to solve the problem by creating an environment that is designed for women like ours. So if the wife's not greedy and the husband's not encouraging, this isn't the party for them. You know, we make sure that the women, because of the vetting process with the guys, if they get past me, I mean, you know that they aren't sensitive, they're not emotional, and they've also got a certain mentality, because the women who are at our parties aren't rookies. Like, they are here to play, they have a good time. Right. So, and they're all different. So that means that you have to adapt to every woman that you're playing with. You know, you have, you know, one woman that wants you to pound her out, and you have one woman who wants you to take it nice and easy. If you don't have the ability to identify which is which, it's not. I mean, like, you can't make it at these parties, because at the end of the party, these women do talk about the guys who are invited, and you have to think over the time.
And the habitual offenders get cycled out.
Yeah,
I mean, it's amazing. Like I said, we had an incident just during the birthday where Carrie was going to blow somebody that she been wanting to blow, and some guy came in there and tried to slip it in behind, and she didn't really know, you know, that, you know, she wants to be open and, you know, do her part. So she's like, yeah, okay. Well, the guy wanted to be specific, you know, focused on him. Well, then that threw it off. So when she told me about it, the fact that she told me about it versus just keeping it in, I said, well, there's another guy sitting next to us. I said, hey, what do you think about this situation? Which we know the guy a little bit, but we can just tell by his character what kind of guy he is. And he said, well, this is what should have happened is she should have said, I want to be, give me a few minutes. I want to have some time with, you know, so-and-so. So I said, did you hear that? And she said, yeah. So later we addressed the guy, and I know it seems weird, but you know, we just pulled him aside and said, hey, you know, let him know that we kind of knew, and they went off and ended up playing together, not just a blowjob, but ended up fucking. And she's like, it was one of the best experiences that she had. But so it's just the respect thing. And I think he appreciated that we weren't just careless and, you know, didn't give a fuck about him. And he wasn't really mad at us. He was more mad at the guy for not following the rules, where he waited his turn, or, you know, was polite about it. And then, it wasn't really his place to say no if she wanted it. So those are different kind of scenarios where.
And that actually brings a really good point. And this is, number one, it shows something. Like, as far as women in the lifestyle, Carrie she's a true professional. Like, I don't like every guy who's played with her at the parties talk about her or talk about the way, everything from the way she looks at a cock, the way she's really good at what she does. And as a couple, they're a good team. But we all continue to learn in lifestyle. We all continue to learn.
Always evolve and try to grow. Well, I say we all should. I mean, we play how you want to play.
Some people don't, but we realize that we all continue to learn. And the second thing is, in the last week's episode with the SKD and Mac, we had a conversation about how a lot of couples don't have respect for single males in the lifestyle. They treat them like they are beneath them. And that's one thing that, even though I'm very direct with the single males, if they make it into the party, they're given ultimate respect because they made it here. So that's why when he said we cycle guys out, if you've made it past, and not to brag, every single person who's been to our parties will say that our parties are fucking phenomenal parties. I've been in lifestyle for almost 20 years now, and I've been going to parties, and most people say the parties aren't like ours. So as with the guys, if you've made it here and if you fuck up, you're out. Like, even down to,
it's not that hard to follow the rules. I mean,
it's not so that fucking difficult. Easy. If you can't control your dick enough to make sure that you're following the rules, because every single person that comes to the party makes or breaks the party and makes or breaks the experience, and so, with the guys, like even the guy who's in question, for us at our parties, that guy will have a conversation with that gentleman and say, hey, not that we don't want you to come back to a party. This is what you did. Well, if you do that again.
But he did ask, and she said yes. But see, it was on her to say no. Mm-hmm. I'm saying she more fucked up than he did. I would have preferred the guy to be like, no, bro, I'm getting my, I'm getting, because she likes the guy. She's like, of course, those guys are.
Oh yeah, I know she
cousin of.
She told me to invite him. That was funny. So Mrs. Mocha and Carrie, those two ladies run the show. At the end of the day, Steve and I, we provide the environment. That's what Steve and I do. We provide the environment. We set things up. But those two ladies really run the parties.
They got the sexual energy to
get
shit fired up.
And so Carrie is such a sweet person because, like, Carrie said, hey, this guy, because I forgot to invite him. So she sent me his number and said something. It was like a question she was asking me to invite him, but I'm a smart person and I know it was her polite way of telling me to fucking invite him. And I said that to Mrs. Mocha, and like I laughed, and she was like, Mrs. Mocha was like, oh yeah, if Carrie talked to him, he's already invited, so just call him. And I'm like, okay, like just call him and vet him. But he'd been to the parties before.
Well, he's a cousin of somebody.
Yeah,
really, they're just all of my.
Yeah,
it's like these.
We got a good group.
These you can't get any better people than these.
Yeah, we have a good group of dudes. People. But we also like the couples. Like especially when we introduce new couples, it's always cool. Like I love the way new couples respond when they come into the party. Like. Everything, and Steve actually got here. I'm gonna say early for Steve, and he was putting lights in because we have these two stairs that everybody fucking trips over. so Steve's like, I'm gonna do my best, Steve. Motherfucker, we need to put some goddamn lights out here so people quit tripping over the goddamn stairs. I'm bringing some lights. So he brings these rope lights over, and we're installing the rope lights as people are coming in. And everybody's like, man, this is really cool. Like, fucking Steve.
We're getting there. We got a lot of shit to do.
We got to finish the chair, too.
Yeah. Need lights and the headset.
We got
a
virtual reality.
Yeah, people don't know the lifestyle chair, but
Yeah, explain that one.
fucking
The chair with the VR is good.
it's a medical chair that tilts back, lays
It's
down.
like a gynecology chair.
Yeah. But we're gonna have LEDs all over with some drink koozies and some virtual reality headsets to fucking blow the mind in the vagina.
Yeah, that's gonna. I can't wait till that's done.
And if they got a tilted uterus, you could tilt the fucking chair. That way you can get the right angle, get up in there and hit the G spot, or you can either hit the G spot direct or glaze it, or get it down there where you can hit the uterus. The cervix, pound that a little bit.
Sound like you got a plan there, Steve.
Yeah, it's always about the cervix. If you don't know, that's where you get the tantric orgasm kind of thing up their spine and shit. You gotta know how to do it. That's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of the women associate with the BBC and the 9 inches and all that. If you didn't know where the 9 inches came from, motherfucker, that's where it came from. That's about the
Explain that. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
depth
about.
of I had to learn from BBC. He had to tell me. He's like, hey, what's up with this? I said, I don't know. So I Googled that shit. Oh, okay. Like if they have a long vaginal canal, some women, if they do the Kegel, they can push it forward a little bit and give you a little bit of advantage in case you want to hit it, in case you're 7.5 inches, you can pop in a little bit. Don't get discouraged, motherfucker. Get your wife Kegling and shit. She can push it right up there and fucking let you hit it. But I just Googled and it was like, okay, the vaginal canal is long. It can be like 9 inches. So I think some of the women like that stimulation. And usually if they've ever had it or get to it, they got to condition the cervix to take it. Because usually when you touch it with your finger, like, ooh, that kind of hurts. I'm like, bitch, you don't even know. Let me work at it a little bit. Let me condition it a little bit. And you'll be having the best orgasms you can ever have. You got to tickle it. It feels like like a hard asshole, what I'm saying? It's got like a little cartilage in there. It's real fucking tight. Motherfucker, how you not know what a cervix feels like? Your dick fucking scrapes it all the time.
I know what a cervix feel like. My dick's been assaulted by many a cervix.
So you just need to trim your Wolverine fingernails and then you won't have to worry about cutting it up.
They're actually low.
This one of them probably. But once you touch it, you can probably touch it with your pinky finger, motherfucker. I gotta use the longest finger I get. I'm gonna put my whole hand in there.
Listen, let's see, hold on. It's not that. Oh, yeah, it's pretty fucking big.
Yeah. So when you get in there, you got to take your time. Trust me, she'll help you out. If you get close, she'll start pushing that shit up there. They know how to do all that. So once you feel it, you start rubbing that ring a little bit, and you tickle a little bit. If you hit it with your finger too hard, they'd be, ooh, that kind of hurts. But after a little while, it's not gonna hurt. They're gonna like it. You got to tickle a little bit. You'll feel it flex and stuff, and as they orgasm. And you're like, okay, well, you got a spot below that and above that. So you got a lot of shit you can do with a pussy. See, if you're only on the G-spot, you're in middle school, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You need to, step up your game and start paying attention and do some research. Get into some tantric shit. So then once you go to the G-spot, you go to the cervix. But then you got, an A-spot. There's another spot above that. I can't even remember.
The fuck? You just say A-spot?
Yeah, there's one.
Are you making shit up?
No,
right now?
There's a cervix, and there's one below it and above it. And when you black guys, depending on how you fuck it with the big black cocks, that's what the spot they like. And they can switch it up. They might like the top spot one time and then the other spot the other time.
I tried to hit all spots.
Well, that's why you go.
I didn't know they had an alphabet.
You go through your positions, and then the girls don't really know it either. They just know what feels good. Mm-hmm. But see, I was okay. Well, I figured it out now. I mean, look, I give you the taboo shit too. You know what I'm saying? But
let's hear this guy talking. Let's get this straight, okay? So this guy cracks me up because when we first met them, so Mrs. Mocha, the first day they met, he comes in dressed like a fucking pimp. All right. He's got all the I
don't want to come in cargo shorts and flip flops.
So basically he's my stylist. Like he'll see my shoes like, motherfucker, you need to step your game up. So he's like, all right, these are the shoes you need. Fucking one day for my birthday, he brings shoes over. One day he was like, look, I found these good shoes. So he's like, he gave me the lace. Like he takes care of my fashion. So he comes in one day dressed. The first time we met him, he's dressed. So she's like, all right, I'm going to fuck this guy. So for years, he's telling this story, making it sound like he's got this small cock. All right. The guy's a piece of shit. Well, so he goes in there and she comes out and she's like, his dick's big. I'm like, fucking lying bastard.
Well, it's not big compared to some people's.
Well, motherfucker, my dick ain't big compared to some people.
I'm no Asian, or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, I could choke a bitch. I'm happy with it. Listen, I'm not complaining. You know what I'm saying?
Like, he's talking like, well, when you black guys hit the spot. Hey, you remember?
And not all black guys are like that.
What's his?
Don't say
okay. I'm not gonna say it. I'm sorry.
But the wife was very disappointed. Who I'm talking about. The wife was very disappointed.
That motherfucker showed up.
So
and whipped his dick out like he whipped it out like it should be like this. He was like, pinky dick.
I said, babe, I don't know. I'm confused too. I thought everybody had. I thought they were all like that. I thought they all could play basketball and they're all hung. I don't fucking know shit. I just figured, But here's the thing: you can talk about stereotypes, and I read all the statistics. All I know is the most motherfuckers presenting are all fucking black. So,
and she loves.
I'm not saying white guys.
You gotta explain them what presenting means because they have to understand.
Oh, at the club, so there's a place.
Carrie loves this shit.
Towel area, yeah. And when we first started, lifestyle's kind of transitioning a little bit with the whole fucking social media. Get the fuck off Facebook and all that shit. It'll fuck your life up. But stay normal with real people, and then you're fine. But what was I saying?
How much Carrie loves presenting, but you didn't explain what presenting means.
So so the lifestyle kind of changed, but in the beginning we would go in this area and they'd have towels on, and then like the cocks would be semi-erect or hanging out of the towel like down to their knee and shit, or if they were average, she'd be like, I don't want that, she's a size queen, so she would always go in there, and sometimes she want the biggest one, and then she'd back off, and I'd be like, go with your instinct. Because usually none of those be not as good a fuck. But anyway, so they'd kind of be touching a little bit, just keeping it hard and shit, hanging out of the towel, like semi-exposed. And so they would just go up. A lot of the girls, it was hot because they just go up and pick one. Like
grabbing dicks through towels.
Yeah, that's all they touch and rub on them. Like, do their little
Carrie
sexy
loved
shit.
that shit.
Oh,
that's so she coined the phrase, the guys would be presenting because they walk around and you see the dick print through the towel and like she walk up and she, you hear her talk. She's got this sweet, sexy voice and she's like, oh, do you mind? And then she's like grabbing the dick and she's like, oh, and so like that's what we call presenting.
But not many people, that's going to be a lost art before long. We're going to have to bring that back.
I mean, listen, hell, at our parties, the motherfuckers are walking around fucking...
But anyway, I could choke a bitch. I'm not worried about choking her. I'm not saying I can choke every bitch, but I can't choke a bitch, which that's all I need to do. So I'm good. I can hit the cervix. I can hit the cervix on most bitches. See, that's the other thing. They're always surprised when I fuck because I know how to get to the cervix.
Well, no. So what he does is he's a fucking sandbagger. So he'll lie and make it like he's got a small dick, and then he take a bitch in the room. See, I'm gonna use that trick from now on.
I do have to work harder than you motherfuckers. Some of you guys.
No, I mean, like, I like your tactic, though. Like, you pretend like you got a small dick, and then you go in there, and then they come out. So you under-promise and over-deliver.
I try to be a good lover. That's all.
I mean, what about the metal cock ring?
That's as of late. It's more for...
Or the day that you sent my wife home with the dildo this bigger than my forearm. What was that about?
Those fun times. They always say they can't take it. They're like, I can't take that. Like... Bitch, you give birth, you can take some shit. Trust me. Give me some time with the vagina. I'll fucking trust me. Look, sensitivity, nipples. Look
that shit. Listen, when she comes home and she's got this fucking massive dildo sticking out of her purse, I'm like,
a guy fucks Carrie like that. He's got a big cock, but it's only about half the length. But he's got the big. It's a fucking.
Oh, like Girth Vader.
Oh my god. Well, you see her. It's like she's like a. I'm gonna say midget. Like little hands, like the big figure, like
Yeah, I listen.
She can't get her hands around it.
There's nothing better than to watch Carrie suck a cock because she fucking stares at it. She whispers to it. She talks to it.
Especially if it's a good one.
She fucking looks at it.
She's a cock connoisseur.
Oh my goodness.
She's into cocks like I'm into More into titties, but I like the vagina too. I'm a pussy connoisseur because I like to turn it out. I'm like a chef. I don't want to just make the same meal over and over again. I want to do some different shit. Like when I do the exfoliation, I want to get in there. I tease a little bit. I like to be a pussy tease, you know. I like the cock teases. I like to be a pussy tease.
Yeah, I think he's the only guy I know that actually loves a woman that'll like tease his cock. I'm like, look.
Motherfucking Shemmy did that shit today, dude. Dragging up between my back and my leg and touching my ball sack. And dude, fucking Asians are hot, dude. They know how to do it, man. She had me all fucking hard before she had me hard before she even touched it. And then she gets it over and she's like, the way they touch it so delicately. It's like, it's so delicate. It's like, it's a turn.
She got those little pudgy hands.
Oh my God. That's what Carrie's got.
She got those little pudgy hands. I mean, her hands are extra small and extra soft.
Oh, that's good stuff, man.
Like, it's like, it makes your dick look like 3 times as big.
Okay, so she's jacking me, right? Not to get off subject. But she's jacking me, right? Let me tell you something. I'm a motherfucking professional. I know you're a professional, but you ain't even on my professional level. You're semi-pro. Because when you're stroking me for like 2 minutes and then you say, does that feel good? That's telling me, okay, most of these pump bitches come like within 2 minutes. Now, you're saying, does that feel good? Of course it fucking feels good. But I'm not going to let you fucking, I'm going to not so you can fucking stop. I'm going to have you do it as long as I can. So I'm trying to meter the shit out. So it's like Carrie.
So you holding the nut?
Oh, I'm holding the fucking nut. I can hold it all day long. So even Carrie, she get frustrated and starts throwing it around and fucking backhanding it and getting mad, and then it totally throws my orgasm off. I'm like, bitch, that's just gonna that's adding minutes to your fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like you're already frustrated. Don't go fucking biting it and slapping it and shit and fucking getting mad at it because that's just gonna put it in a fucking mood. So this fucking girl is like, she has no idea who she's fucking with. So she's like, oh, it does feel good. Like, I'm like, okay, bitch, it's only been like 2 minutes. You got to earn your fucking money, and I'm going to tip you really good. So don't be right. And she, after, she didn't count the money. She, is that enough? Yeah, motherfucker gave you $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take care of a girl. But anyway, so 2 minutes in, she asked me to feel good. I'm like, yeah, it feels good, you know. But then she switches it up a little bit. Then she gets harder. So she's trying different techniques. So she's obviously doesn't ever have to jack a dude that fucking long, which is fucking sad. But I held it in, and finally I said, you know, she's fucking trying too goddamn hard. I'll let her have it.
No, listen, I feel like this. I got the same model. Like, I have this model about, there was a time when I would get like mentally stressed. Like, it's like, oh man, my dick's not getting hard for this chick. But then I realized this later on in life. It's not my job to get my dick hard. It's her job.
That's right. Well, see, that's a problem. But if you go trying to poach some shit that you really pushing into, I'm not saying
if you try to go fuck a chick that you know don't really turn you on, then see, that's different. Yeah. Now I've made that mistake where I've tried to be like nice because like there's been a woman in lifestyle who's like, oh, I really want you to fuck me, and she's been like hounding me for like years, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And I get there, my dick's like, you can do it, but I'm not. Put your face in there, and so like those okay, but like if I find a woman attractive, there's if I'm really turned on by a chick, and I've been fucking her for a while. Like, I'll try to keep my dick from getting hard to make her work harder. Like, I know it's fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up.
I know.
I wish I could do that.
If she's really good, I have no choice. There's the one unicorn who I play with. You know, the one who's got the nice tits that I like. The one that's got the, oh, fuck.
That's the thing. Some of the energy. That's what I like. It's like
her
it's
energy.
Like they can be hot as fuck, but dude, if they got no sexual energy when they fuck, it's like,
oh no, dude,
what am I even doing?
She's all
it's
fucking
like,
sexual energy.
It's like you're gonna deposit more energy than you are gonna fucking receive it if it doesn't make any sense. But
yeah, I'm like, my goal is, because I'll do it to Mrs. Mocha, like where I'm like, I'll try to keep my dick from getting hard and make her work harder. The problem is she don't give a fuck.
I've done that shit to Carrie.
She don't give a fuck. Like,
but she knows how to turn me on.
Yeah, exactly. The same thing with me.
But
like,
it's still a fun game.
Oh yeah, like I love doing it. And
yeah, I wouldn't dare attempt it with another girl like that though. It could be devastating.
No, I'll only do that with somebody who I've been fucking for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Like with the unicorn, like I've tried with her, but see the problem is I don't fuck her often enough. So when I see her, my dick's too hard. Like my dick is already like my dick's like a puppy that sees you coming in the house. I'm like, fuck you, traitor. You can calm the fuck down.
Right.
But you know, so my goal now is to fuck her more, so that I can control it and make her really work.
See,
for
that's
it.
high level shit. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most people don't get that kind of stuff. That's how I like to play.
Yeah,
It's harder when you get older because of the erection situation, but in general, that's how I'm talking about.
See, the problem with that one, like that one, she can always make my dick hard. And then like she's for years she's been like practicing like her deep throating on my dick. And like now she's got it like where she can almost get the whole thing in. And like she'll do it and be like, look how much I got in. And it just makes my dick hard. I'm like, fuck. So
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's a fucking animal, dude. Like, oh my God. Like, anytime she comes to a party, I have to fuck her. Like, I have to do it.
Those are hot bitches right there.
Oh, fuck.
I love sexual women like that.
Yeah, she's a fucking sexual animal. Like, she's on Mrs. Mocha and Carrie's level. Like, as far as just fucking sexual energy and like she.
Yeah, you can tell the ones that get into it. That's what I'm saying by the face and the body language and.
Oh, if you watch her fucking see her facial expressions and the sounds she make? But so okay, wait. The winner of fucking sounds is gonna be Carrie though. I'm standing right over there and I was having a conversation and I don't know who the fuck she was riding over there. She was riding somebody over there on the bed and she started like doing her thing. And she started like, I heard her like winding up, and she started talking. And I look over and she's riding, and literally everybody in the party who was standing over here stopped talking, and everybody's facing that way, looking at her. And she's riding some poor fucker into oblivion.
Yeah, she's got it down. Like I said, she's really opened up a lot.
And you know her pussy does that headlock thing.
That's good pussy.
Like where she fucking tightens down on you. Like she's.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you did good. But you know, you could have been a nice friend and fucking told me about it the first time.
Dude, that pussy was like
she squeezes like
oh yeah,
like she squeezes hard. Like if you're like she squeezes hard enough to put enough pressure on your dick where you're kind of like, oh wait a minute, like
yeah, I feel it. Well, that's what happens when you got a big black eye. But
well,
I feel this pressure too, but I feel it different. But she can like milk it the way she milks it.
Yeah,
the way she squeezes and pulls and like. That's the thing.
She tried to push me out once. I'm like, that's not going to happen.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
We can fight.
Not just the squeezing. Well, you got to be. She can't push me out too. If I.
Yeah, you're not fucking pushing me out.
You got to know how to fuck her right. Like when you get in there like that, because if you pretty much any guy, if you come out too much, if you don't know your limit, you're just gonna get bent the fuck up when you go to ram it back in there. So there ain't no. Am I right?
Oh,
there
you're
ain't
right.
getting
You're
over
right.
in that motherfucker. You're gonna fold your cock and be like, okay, I'm out for the night.
No. She tried to push me out, and that's when I had to apply some punishment because I'm like, hold on.
Her pussy when we first met, it was like a suction cup. It wasn't just tight. It was. Just
What the
like
fuck is it now then?
Well. What I'm saying is that's how. So then after the kids and later, it just kind of went away. It was like a normal pussy, you know what I'm saying? I said, you got to do some working out with a pussy. She said,
Did you actually say that?
Babe, what am I supposed to do? I said, bitch, you're supposed to kegel. I'll get you some toys. I'll get you some fucking shock therapy, whatever the fuck we got to do.
Shock therapy.
Well, then she'd lay out in the sun, backyard nude and kegel. She Googled how to kegel and she'd start doing it. Well, then she could, clamp down, like hold on to it. And I was like, fuck, that's hot. Then she got to the point, I don't even know where the fuck this muscle came from. Then there's another muscle, and you can Google all this shit. So then there's another one besides the kegel. There's another muscle.
She does this
where they can
like
push
this
down.
pumping type
Yeah,
thing.
so she can do like she'll squeeze and push at the same time. So it's almost like it's.
Yeah, that's when she's trying to push
Oh, that's
out.
fucking shit is hot. Yeah, and then if you're.
She tests your manhood with that. Like, you're not gonna fucking push me around.
If they're hitting you, and that's the thing. So that's how you know another guy if he's on a certain level. If you say, hey, she push you out. You can see like, oh yeah, I need to fuck that pussy, like, because they want the challenge, because they know the kind of women that can do that and what they can do with their pussy, so they always want to hit it. And then usually it's like 50-50. I'm like, what happened? I pushed him out. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, because you hear women talk that shit about how tight their pussy is. I'm like,
and that's like, it's not just
here.
People say, oh, my wife's pussy's tight. It's not about being tight. It's about having that muscle. And the thing about the muscle is,
her pussy's a body
gives
builder.
them more, better, stronger orgasms, and that's why one of the reasons why she can
she'll come over
orgasm if I suck on it. I've had her orgasm just by talking, whispering dirty shit in her ear. And he's like, how do you do that? Well, it's because she's squeezing it. She's getting stimulation from it tightening up and tingling, and me giving her whatever, whether it's oral stimulation or verbal or whatever. So when people say, oh, my wife, like Pavlov's dog, and they ring a bell and she comes, I mean, I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
And if you can't do it, I'll show your wife how to do it. Because it's not that hard. It's just conditioning. It's like anything else.
Yeah. Her pussy will definitely fucking squeeze the life out of your dick. Tell you, like, the first time it's like, look, I'm not a bitch. Don't try to punk me, because she tried to push me out once. I'm like, okay.
I can't wait to I pushed.
I'm telling you now, she pushed me out. It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
laugh.
a war.
I'm gonna laugh.
No. If she pushed me out, she coming home
I
sore.
give it a fist bump and shit. You know what I'm saying?
There's something I need to give her. After watching that show,
Some cock.
the cock. After watching that show the other night, I was like, fuck.
What I'm saying is I need some content. So listen, motherfuckers, if you guys get my wife to blow you, make sure that you got the video camera.
I know what kind of angles you like, motherfucker.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
I know kind of angles you like.
I like the POV. But get a good video, man.
Bring the
Don't just get the top of her fucking head or your fucking knee or your thigh or some shit. Get them titties in there.
That fucking GoPro gets good angles. Oh,
I'm gonna get you the headgear you wear.
I got it.
Oh, you got the head.
But see, you need to bring the other one so all the guys can have it on when they're like,
running around.
Because we're gonna put Carrie in the middle and let her just blow all the guys.
Oh, I need a good video like that where she's underneath. She's surrounded by everybody on the pool side. You know how it goes. You know how the porn goes. We've all seen the black videos.
We play the black videos every single party.
One white schoolgirl around a high-end pool up in a mansion. 5 black guys just stroll the fuck in. Hey, we're here to see your dad. Okay, can I show you the pool? I was going to still lay out naked.
And on that note,
fucking love hanging out with this guy. He needs help. And what we're going to do is call it a night. Thank you for joining me, Steve.
Can I do that? I'm going to get in trouble.
Steve, when have you given a fuck about getting in trouble? I told you, like, don't try to act like you're not fucking mentally disturbed in real life.
Listen, I've already gave a disclaimer. I'm fucked up. Just pay attention.
You're always fucked up. But
I'm keeping it real.
We appreciate
and trying not to have it go wrong.
It always goes wrong with us, Steve. Until next time, goodbye for the Mochas.